Hey, this is Christina with Northwest Kansas Radio, Rocking and Media. I am at the Colby Event Center for realityU. I'm here with Patrick. He is the realityU guy.
Yeah.
So what is realityU?
realityU is a 75-minute simulation where we help students learn what life looks like at age 26.
So they're pretending they're 26 and they're going out there in the real life realityU.
Yeah, they're paying their bills. They get a chance to see what life might look like if they choose to be married or single. And we let them have children and even go to childcare and actually have to pay their childcare bill too.
Right. And they also get jobs and
Yes.
they have to pay utilities. They gotta do it all. Like they're 26 and this
They
is
literally
life.
have to do it all. We even have a booth where one of our rules is if you run out of money and you think that you need more, you have to get another job. So we created a booth called Help, I Need More Money.
Well, well, that's life, right?
Yeah, so then they can drive Uber, they can do DoorDash, they can be a referee or an umpire and make that extra money to make ends meet. Or they can choose to spend less money, which is not a popular decision.
Right.
Because they love to drive the Ford F-250s and the Raptors and nobody wants to go back to the old farm truck. But
Right.
the farm truck is way cheaper.
Right. Okay, well, Patrick, this is a great event. This is your second year here,
Yes.
correct?
Mhm.
And but you do this all over the state.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
so we've gone to about 90 different locations across the state of Kansas. We're primarily out of Wichita, Kansas, and so we do a bunch of schools there. But it's my privilege and joy to get to travel the whole state.
All right. Well, thanks so much. We're
Hey.
going to talk to some of these people and find out what it's all about.
Awesome, thank you.
All right, thank you. We're at realityU, and I came across a couple of kids who are doing realityU today. So what kind of jobs do you guys have?
I'm a lawyer,
All right.
and I work in the military.
All right. And are you guys married?
Yes.
Yes. Any kids?
Two.
2 kids, too?
1 year old and a 2-year-old.
Okay. So what are you guys learning today from this exercise?
How much stuff really costs and how much we're gonna need for every drug. It's outrageous.
It is outrageous, isn't it? I know. So what do you think has been the most surprising part of today?
Probably mostly paying for like a vehicle.
Right? And is it expensive to have kids? It is, huh? Everything's expensive, right? So do you guys have a newfound respect for your parents and what they pay for you?
Yes.
You're gonna go home tonight and be like, I love you, Mom and Dad. Thank you for taking care of me. So do you feel like this has been something? Oh, your baby's crying.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Well, thanks so much for talking with me. Good luck. I mean, I hope you guys can make it out of here without being hugely in debt, right? And afford your 2 babies.
Yep.
All right. Thanks, guys.
I don't know who it is. You guys have to argue that one over. You want to go to Deep Turkey? Hey, what are your credit scores? Good and fair? Okay, let's go ahead. I'm feeling generous. We're going to give you the good price, okay? So here, let's do 819. You're still in the super, right?
At the transportation.
Yes.
So you volunteered today to help with this, and what are you taking away from the kids learning today?
Shiny and new is the thing that they want. There's been right now very few that have initially come to us and asked for a cheaper option. And so it's very interesting to see that. Me as a young kid, I remember wanting shiny and new. So we've had several come back and have to trade in and find a more affordable option.
Right. So do you feel like this is a good thing for the kids to have? I mean, it's great. Do you feel like it's great that the school brings it in?
Oh, definitely. I mean, you can tell, I think there's some opening eyes that you're seeing across the kids' faces when they see exactly how much things are costing, especially looking at the sheet when a vehicle is going to cost you $1,500 a month.
Right. Ouch.
Yes, very much so.
What have you learned today?
I learned that it's kind of hard to make payments with a crying baby in your hand. And be careful which cars you choose.
Did you have to go back and trade your car?
We didn't. We had $45 left, but we didn't look at the back page, so we ended up buying 2 pretty expensive cars. So
Right. So then are you married, single?
I was married and we had 1 kid.
And 1 kid. So what do you feel like the most expensive part of this whole reality life is?
Probably, Actually, probably cars or housing.
Cars and housing, it is expensive, isn't
Yeah.
it? It is. So do you think you have a newfound respect of what your parents pay every day?
Yeah.
Right?
And like clothing added up too.
It does, doesn't it? It does. So do you feel like this was definitely worth it to help you what real life is going to be like when you're 26?
Yeah, it helps actually.
Yeah? Would you do it again, you think?
Yeah.
Was it fun?
Mm-hmm.
Good. All right. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. We have got the ladies who are doing the food for the realityU. This is Wendy, Mary Lou. And tell me, what are you guys are doing the food. What does that mean?
This is how much they spend on groceries a month, how many times they're going to eat out, and if they have an animal. So that's what we teach them.
Right. So they come over here and then you tell them how much they're going to have to spend.
Depending on their family size.
Depending on their family size. So why do you feel like this is important for the kids?
You have to eat, and it's one of your main expenses when you're alive.
What about realityU? Why is realityU? Do you feel like this has been a good learning lesson for the kids?
It is, especially with they say, oh, we're only going to eat out once or twice. They said, so you're going to take your lunch to work every day? And are you going to be too tired in the evening to have to cook? Or are you going to go out and do anything on the weekends?
Right.
Pretty soon they realize they're probably eating out 4 or 5 times, and then they change it. Said, no, we're going to tighten our belts and only do once or twice. We didn't know it was so
Right.
expensive.
So do you think the kids are walking away learning more about what it is to be an adult, but also maybe what their parents are paying?
I hope so.
Yeah. I think so. Some of them, one kid looked up and he goes, this is getting really expensive. So he hadn't even bought a house or a car yet.
Okay, I'm talking to Brandy Jones, and she helped organize this whole thing, and we just got done with the 8th graders. How did you feel like it went today for them?
Oh, I thought it went fantastic, honestly. Last year being the first year we did this, and then it was just kind of a surprise, like this is what we wanted. And just seeing all the kids, they just did a fantastic job going job to job, and they're excited. You know, look, I got finished, and
Right.
I think they just did a great job. It's just a real eye-opener for real life.
I think it is a
Yeah.
real big eye-opener. And how do you get volunteers to come out here and do this with you for the community?
We kind of just started off asking for volunteers and looking at just businesses and who might be interested last year, and then we kind of just took that, and people last year were saying this was so fantastic, keep this going, and so it didn't take hardly anything to get volunteers this year.
Right. So we're lucky to live in a community like Colby where the volunteers are happy to help the kids.
Yeah, the businesses are completely behind us and behind the kids, so that's
Right.
fantastic.
Right.
We appreciate all of the volunteers. Anybody else who wants to volunteer in the future.
Right. Okay. And so next you're going to bring in, we just did the 8th graders, and then your next session is sophomores.
Correct.
What do you think the difference between 8th graders and sophomores? I mean, I know it's only a couple of years, but probably their minds are so different. What do you feel like they will take away? You think they'll even take away more than the 8th graders?
They might. You know, the 8th graders, we start off doing a real game simulation the first semester, and so we talked a lot about it in my class. Coming up to this point, the sophomores haven't necessarily had somebody talking to them about it so much, but they've also been through my class.
Right.
And so I just think there's just probably a different maturity level and a different, since a lot of these kids have jobs now, the sophomores do.
Right.
And so it becomes a lot more real, the real money. and
Right.
What it
How
goes
much it
towards.
actually costs to go out and buy the things that you want.
Correct.
Okay. Well, thanks so much for bringing us in. Thanks for having me.
You bet. Thank you for coming.